Hello and welcome back to Emma Russell's studio. I am using my number 6 round brush and number 3 round brush to paint these Lego orchids with my Winsor Newton Professional watercolors. And I also have my Canson Extra Large cold pressed watercolor paper. It's 140 pounds. You can use whatever paints though you would like, and we're going to start out with the bottom of this. So as I paint this, I would like to switch it up a little bit and actually tell you the love story behind these orchids. So when my husband and I went on our first date at this amazing burger place, he bought me orchids for our first date. He came to my house with orchids that looked so much like this in a little pot. And long story short, while I took care of them afterwards, I thought the plant itself was dead when the flowers fell off, not knowing you trim it and they grow back 6 months later, so I threw it away. And it turns out that's not what you do. But my difficulty of keeping plants alive and my husband's love for Lego design got him to decide to give me them as a gift. These Lego orchids here on the left that we are painting, we're starting with the leaves. We're going into a leaf shape and using this mixture of sap green with gray, Payne's gray. And we're just kind of swooping our brush along, adding it in, and then adding some more color. But I have found a lot of fun and structure in painting Lego flowers because they are quite literally made out of shapes, which is the foundation of drawing any flower. Anything you draw is made of shapes, and it's a way to simplify the drawing process and help you get better at it. And a great way to learn the flower's anatomy. So I am putting these leaves in right now. We're using this Lego orchid, as our reference. And we're going to put these little squiggly parts of it here on the sides. And I'm getting a little bit more green, and I'm going to start making that stem. So my brush is still at like a 45-degree angle. We're just having it slightly go up and out, and we're going to put another one over here, leave a little gap for that flower there that's closest to the bottom. And then we are going to get the last bit of the stem. Rinse your brush out if you need to, and really dab it on your paper towel. I am then going to start with the orchids. So I'm getting this pink, which is actually the rose color from Winsor Newton. It's called Rose. And to start it out, we're going to go with the center and kind of just make these circular shapes for the middle. And then I want you to clean your brush off, and you're going to use very little Payne's gray with a lot of water. And this is what I like to do when I'm making any white flower. So you're going to make the curve shape of the orchid. And you can see it's just a really light gray. And we're going to go around that center pink part. And this is going to dry super light. And then after it all dries, we're going to go back in and I'm going to show you how we are going to add a little bit more detail without making it feel like it's super dark. Because white flowers basically, they don't have color, it's white, and they're just made up of shadows. So while we wait for that to dry, let's go in and put the center over here on the left side. We're just adding a few pink marks, and then we're going to go back in and see how it is opening more so to the left. So we are going to mimic that by looking at our reference and try to make the petals going the same direction. Now I'm adding a little bit more gray over here to the right flower, and I'm going to rinse my brush again. Move down my orchid plant Lego set, and because you couldn't see that other flower, and we are going to go and do that other one. So start with that center, get that really light pink. It can be very watery. We can always build as this dries. And then that tinge of gray, I really recommend just putting a little bit of the gray on your palette and then adding more water than using it, straight from the tube. And it's really faint. See how this one's even fainter than the first one that we painted? And that's good. You want a very light amount. Another way you can always feel free to do this is to use your round brush and just create the whole petal instead of just the outline for just a quicker purpose, and because I really don't want a ton of shadow, I'm just doing the outline of it. And then I'm going to go and put these grooves in with the Payne's Gray here on the bottom of this Lego vase. So you can see all these dark lines, and we're going to go back to this and really refine it more. But to start, that's what I recommend, just starting with the lines and then leave it to dry. And now we can go back over those leaves. So I'm putting another coat of this more forest green that we created from the sap green and the Payne's Gray. And we're going to go up the stems a little bit and just darken them a little bit more. Remember not to get it too close to your orchids, or you'll start to have some green in your petals, which most times, we like to have things blend here on this channel, but in this case we are going for a little more distinct coloring. So just put some more green where you see fit, where you feel like it needs a little bit more, and we'll finish up that stem, a little bit more over where it curves, and then rinse out your brush. Now I have a little bit of gray on my brush, and now since this is dried, since it was really mainly water, which dries pretty quickly, see how I'm going around these edges? I'm creating a little bit of shadow from the shadow that I see on the, let's call this the still life, because it really is. We're painting from life of the still life orchid. So I want you to go around your flowers and just start creating more shadow. So just add a little bit more, and we will come back when it is dry. Okay, so now that it is dry, we are going to actually go in with a little bit of this purpley mixture. I mixed some red and some blue together. You can use whatever variations you have. And I am getting this really teeny tiny 0 brush, size 0, and I am just going right alongside the edges of each petal, and I'm just adding a little bit. This is very watered down again, and we are just creating a little bit more definition, and then we're going to define, or more so layer, the center parts. So we are going to just add a little bit more pink there, and then just make our way around the entire orchid. And I love to use this pink because it also can complement the center. It keeps it very light and fun, and you can add like up to 3 layers too of the centers of your orchids, and it's just going to help make it more vibrant. And the outlining is just that minimal way of just allowing the petals to pop. So we're going to go over here and keep adding this one on the bottom floral. Get some more in the center, add a few squiggles, and then create a few lines. You don't have to line the entire thing. You can kind of pick and choose where you feel like it needs to pop a little bit more. But yeah, keep doing that around it, and then we will finish it up together. Alrighty, and we are just finishing up our orchids. This is a great way to practice with actual shapes of Lego shapes. I hope you like this video. Hope you like the little story behind it. Please let me know what else you would like to learn, and like and subscribe for more videos. I hope you have a great day. Bye!